As you'll probably tell from my voice, I haven't been well for the past week. I'm only now just feeling that little bit better. Now, because I'm not feeling too well, I'm probably gonna do some base coating. I've got a lot of grey resin here. I've just been working on a test scheme for my Trench Pilgrim warband, which is going to be for the Kickstarter of the Penitent Brotherhood. Before I start a warband or anything, I like to get one of the minis and paint them up fully, trying to do the best paint job I can, and just experimenting with all of the different sort of techniques and stuff, just so I know what's working, what doesn't work, and what needs changing, and also what I like. So that's what we've been doing with this. I haven't finished painting all of it because I already know what's gonna be like what the wood of the stock's gonna look like. I'm probably gonna pull the technique I used for the wood for my hollow guard. So I am pretty content with that. Pretty happy with how it's going. So I'm probably gonna stop painting him and paint everything else. Also, in the sort of testing of paint schemes, I have done a test scheme for one of my rangers. I used some of the grimdark techniques I've learned from, well, just being a grimdark painter, and I applied it to some of the cloak, just to give it that sort of, because I do find with grimdark, where it is really grim, there is a realism which the people who paint in that sort of style kind of seek to achieve, and it was just interesting trying to apply that to a setting which isn't grimdark. Got a lot more of these to finish painting, and I did the same with one of my Warriors of Gondor, but it was just an oil wash on the silver. I'm happy with how it turns out. I just got a lot to paint, and it is a lot of repainting because these were all painted by a much younger me many years ago, and there are some elements I like to them which I probably won't change, but some of the armor I'm going to touch up on, and I kind of like the blue as well. I think that's nice, and that's going to play really nicely with the full flock grass, which I'm going to be using for the base coat. Well, for the base coat, for the basing. So yeah, we've got that to think of. Yeah, just basing this guy. It is looking really blue. I think it's gonna work. So we'll hold judgment after it's all dry, and I've got some other paint on it. But for now, I think we might just base one of these in that sort of color. I have been also working on my Lieutenant for the Red Brigade still. I think I need to shift it more into that green hue. So I'm going to use some Kree khaki to just bump it up into that sort of lighter sort of khaki color. So I think that's definitely the direction I'm going to go with that. And then I've just been having a problem with the face, but nothing that I can't resolve. But yeah, so I'm still enjoying it. Again, sometimes painting is a challenge, but I think it's a fun challenge. It's nice to be challenged because whilst it can be frustrating, it will eventually turn you into a better painter. And by sort of working out that problem, you will be like, oh, it clicks now. And that's always a satisfying thing with painting and with learning, because no matter how good you are as a painter, you're always still learning new things, and that's just what it's sort of all about, which is really nice. So I'm gonna try and work out the khaki problem first. So let's give it a go. So it's the next day. I woke up and I had a look at the base coat of the darkness I did for my trench pilgrims, and it looked very non-metallic metal. So I was feeling a little bit better, so I went out and I got some new black. I have used Citadel Abaddon Black for the longest time. It's like the only black I've ever used, but I feel that it's not great. It has a tendency to pull away from the surface and sort of not adhere very well, and it's really glossy. So I went into town and I picked up this, which is matte black by Ammo. So we're going to give this a go and try finish basing all of my trench pilgrims. So let's get into that. So I've base coated a couple of my trench pilgrims, and I really like the black. It's good. It covers really well. It's also got like auto leveling as well. So you're getting like these really nice smooth coats of a really nice matte black. Not glossy or anything, it's just nice and matte, which is exactly what I was after, because, you know, gloss and all of that can come later. This is all my sort of personal opinion, but I'm really enjoying this. So that's probably all I'm going to have time for today, as it is getting late now, and I just want to get these on bases, and I can do the base coating tomorrow. It's been quite a low-key video. I wasn't able to play my third campaign game as I've been quite poorly, and so I had to take a loss. But I've got my next campaign game next week, playing against Trench Ghosts, which I'm very much looking forward to. So that's going to be great fun. I've got a game tomorrow, as my friend Arthur's coming up from Cornwall, and he's going to play his Call the Seven-Headed Serpent, and I don't know what I'm going to play, but maybe Trench Pilgrims, which will be an absolute change for me. And thank you for putting up with how ill I sound. I really appreciate it. And if you did enjoy yourself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, which is great. And yeah, I love talking about Trench Crusade and painting miniatures and other game systems. So yeah, I just really appreciate it. I've been painting from the low, and until next time, goodbye.